What is up, 12s? You guys are not going to believe what we have on deck today. The energy in Seattle is absolutely electric right now, and the moves happening behind the scenes could completely reshape the future of our offense and defense for the 2026 season. Buckle up, because what I just dug up is enough to keep any real fan awake at night, ranging from blockbuster trade rumors to a high-stakes tug of war for elite talent that our rivals are dying to get their hands on. So grab a coffee, hit that like button, and let's dive straight into the news. Make sure to subscribe right now, because we are pushing for that 1,000 sub milestone for the most passionate fans in the PNW. You know, family, our backfield is hitting a level of uncertainty that nobody saw coming right after that Super Bowl high. Seeing Kenneth Walker III walk out the door left a massive void. And making matters worse, Zach Charbonnet is set to start 2026 on the shelf while he works his way back from that brutal ACL tear. This puts Seattle at a dangerous crossroads, where we have to decide between trusting the draft or finding an immediate solution that puts the rest of the league on notice. This is where things get wild. There's a plan circulating behind the scenes, floated by some top analysts, that puts Devon Achane, that human lightning bolt from the Miami Dolphins, right in our crosshairs. Imagine John Schneider shipping off 2027 picks to land the most explosive runner in the game today. Achane is a nightmare between the tackles and a weapon in the passing game, and at just 24 years old, he is entering his physical prime. But hold on, because there's a catch that has the fan base on edge. While some insiders think he is the perfect fit for our system, Mike Florio dropped a bombshell saying the Dolphins aren't looking to let him go easily. The interesting part is that Achane hasn't been showing up to workouts in Miami lately, which is a huge red flag regarding how happy he is down there. If Schneider can pull this off, we would be replacing an MVP with a guy who was statistically the best back in the league last year, according to PFF. Averaging over 5 yards a carry would turn Sam Darnold's offense into an unstoppable machine. The 12s are split between spending draft capital or trusting our history of finding gems on day 2. But let's be real. Seeing Achane fly across the turf at Lumen Field would be a total dream. The suspense is killing me, because one phone call in the next few hours could decide the fate of our ground game as we chase that repeat. And if you think that is the only aggressive move Seattle is cooking up, get ready, because the battle for reinforcements is moving off the field and into a direct war with our biggest division rivals for a player who could take our pass rush to another planet. If your head is already spinning thinking about the offense, the defense is right there on the same level of intensity, because the Seahawks just entered a total dogfight. We had UCF edge rusher Malachi Lawrence in for a visit this week, and the guy is a physical freak who broke the combine with a 4.52 40-yard dash. But here is where the blood starts to boil. We are not the only ones in this hunt. Mike Garafolo confirmed that along with Seattle, the Colts, and of course, the San Francisco 49ers are all over this kid. Can you imagine the disaster of losing a talent like this to our rival's backyard? Lawrence is the kind of player Lance Zierlein compared to Josh Sweat. He has that prototypical size and an explosion that looks like it belongs to a much smaller player. He has a deep bag of moves and counters that just wreck the pocket, which is exactly what we need to maintain our grip on the NFC West. The tension builds when you look at the 2026 draft board. Seattle is sitting at 32. The very last pick of the first round, and 64 in the second. The problem is that the Niners are picking 5 spots ahead of us in the first and 6 spots ahead in the second. This is a game of chess where one wrong move could hand a superstar to the enemy. The fans are already lighting up social media because Lawrence is seen as that ascending prospect who becomes a quarterback's worst nightmare if he is coached up right. He needs to get more disciplined against the run, but that raw power to generate pressure has our defensive coordinator's eyes popping. The question everyone is asking in the forums is whether John Schneider will have the guts to trade up and ensure Lawrence wears the college navy and action green, or if we risk letting him slide to San Francisco to haunt us for the next decade. This is the kind of move that defines a dynasty, and the silence from the front office is only making the mystery deeper. While we watch every step of this defensive arms race, our leader on offense just broke the internet with some news that blends his personal life with the glory we just witnessed on the field. It looks like our quarterback, Sam Darnold, took that talk about collecting trophies very seriously. After silencing the critics and leading the Seahawks to a Super Bowl ring, the guy decided one ring wasn't enough for 2026. The news exploded across the team's official socials that Darnold tied the knot with Katie Hoofnagel in a cinematic ceremony down in California. The post was short and sweet, saying 1 year, 2 rings. And man, this wasn't just some small get-together. The event had over 220 guests, including a literal constellation of stars like Josh Allen and Christian McCaffrey. But what really matters to us fans is Sam's total focus. He strategically planned his honeymoon in Italy for after the team's mandatory activities in June, proving that defending our title is the only thing on his mind. Last year, so many people doubted if he was the guy, especially with Jalen Milroe coming in as the flashy rookie. But Darnold proved he is a resilient and explosive leader. Bleacher Report even noted that the panic meter in Seattle is at an all-time low because Sam found the perfect home to thrive. He might not be the most consistent guy every single week of the regular season, but when the lights are brightest in the playoffs, he turns into a giant. Seeing our QB settled, happy, and locked in is the fuel we need to believe that a repeat isn't just a dream. It is the plan. His stability at the top of the depth chart is the foundation for everything Schneider is trying to build with those potential trades and draft picks we talked about. It is so satisfying to see a player who was so disrespected become the face of this franchise with such authority. While he enjoys a quick honeymoon in Hawaii, the front office is still grinding in the dark to make sure the roster around him is the most feared in the NFL. We saw today that the Seattle Seahawks are operating with a level of aggression we haven't seen in a long time. Between the high-speed chase for Devon Achane to lock down the offense and the Cold War with the Niners over Malachi Lawrence, it is clear the goal is total dominance. Sam Darnold got married and has 2 rings now, but we all know he wants that third one on his hand by next February. Which of these moves do you think will be the true game changer for 2026? Let me know in the comments, drop a like, and subscribe so we can hit that 1,000 sub goal. Go Hawks!